So recently, some of my January Telegram group members that I've resumed and I've started for about 3 months came to the group and were sharing some of their experiences, some of the things that they wish they knew in the group, and I decided to share some of the things that they stated for those that are intending to be in the UK by September 2023 or January 2024. So in this video, I'll be sharing some of the things that international students should know before resuming in the UK by 2023, September 2023 or January 2024. So if you want to know some of the things that you need to know so that you avoid having issues when you get to school, please keep on watching.
Everybody know I'm a visual. Yeah, I kill it cold like a criminal. I'm everybody's type, but nobody can deny. Cause you know I get it, I'm getting freaky, yeah, I'ma bring the crazy. Get that freaky on, get that freaky on. Getting freaky, get it right.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Omomi, aka Petite Diva, and I am a University of Nottingham alumni and also a Developer Solutions Scholarship Award winner. In this educational series, I talk about the UK admission process, I talk about the UK visa application process, I talk about tips and tricks on how to enjoy your stay in the UK as an international student, and I also talk about tips and tricks on how to earn more money as an international student. So if you like videos such as this, please consider subscribing by clicking on the red button that says subscribe, and don't forget to click on the bell notification icon by the side so that you're notified anytime I upload videos. Now before we continue with this video, I just want to remind you that I offer some UK educational services. Previously, I used to offer SOP writing and CV writing and then the UK admission package. Right now we are in crunch time, meaning it is getting hot out there. So I'm only offering UK admission package for September 2023 intake. And I have limited space because after April or first week in May, I don't intend to apply to any September course because I know that it's going to be very difficult to get an offer, and also you might not be able to make it by the time the offer comes. You might not be able to make it into the UK by the time the offer comes, so there's no need for me continuing to apply for September courses, which will be limited at that time at around May-June. So I intend to stop all application for September 2023 by first week in May, latest second week in May. So from second week, third week in May, I will be concentrating on January intake. So for now, I have only 10 spaces UK admission package, no SOP, no CV package alone. So in the UK admission package, what it comprises of is me curating courses and schools that best fit you, also helping to write your SOP, and then also helping to write your CV. Then I would do the whole application. I'll help you with the whole application to make it as smooth as possible and ensure the best result. Now the package, I used to have like 3 before, but I have only 1 because it's a multiple package, is a multiple application package, which will ensure that you get at least 1 admission. Right now it's very hard, and I've told you before that the closer it gets to the application deadline or the course start date, the harder it is to get an admission. So at this point in time, you're looking at 25 to 50% success rate. So that's why I have a multiple application package, strictly 10 spaces available. Once that 10 is filled up, I would not accept any September intake. Then I'll start accepting orders for January intake, and then I'll start accepting SOP and CV package alone. And also I will increase the UK admission package offer for January 2024. But for September, it is strictly one package and it's only 10 spaces available. So if you want to use my service, please check the description box for my email address and send me a mail. Now, please, when sending me the mail, send me all your documents. It has to be complete. I will not accept anybody that is still looking for transcript or something, because at this point in time, you have like spaces that you can even get. So if you are not ready, the school will just shift. So I am shifting before the school shifts. So if your documents are not complete, please don't send me an email. Please. I won't even reply if I don't see any document. So if you are interested in using the service right now, because it's crunch time, like crunch time, it's very few spaces that are available. Some schools are even starting to give CAS application checklist and are about to start issuing CAS. So if you don't get an offer by the end of May or first week in June, there is no need to apply for September courses. So you need to apply now to try and get the last set of spaces for September courses. So if you are not ready with all your documents, there's no point contacting me or applying. You can just wait for when January intake will start. So please check the description box for my email address. You can also contact me through the Telegram group. You can join the Telegram group by checking the link in the description box. It is the first link in the description box. When you join the Telegram group, you're going to be able to get real-time information as it is happening. And there's so many people that will be able to help you even when I'm not around. So please check the description box for the link to the Telegram group. You can join the Telegram group, read the pin messages. You're even going to be restricted when you join it for a couple of days. You're going to be restricted for a couple of days. And then when you join it, you can read the messages, and when you can and then you can ask your questions, and somebody, if it's not me, someone will be able to offer the best advice that the person can offer. And then if you want to use my service, you can contact me privately. So now, with all that said, let's get into this video. Now, a couple of weeks, some of the January intake came to the group and started discussing what's been going on and the things they've seen and how they are coping. And I decided to do a video sharing some of the things that they talked about as a way to prevent people from making some of the mistakes that they made. The first thing that potential international students should know is to always check your school. Always research your school. Always research your school. Research the payment, research the course models, research it before choosing a school. Now you have to check the payment plan, especially if you don't have all the money. Things are changing. The school that used to accept 3,000 for deposit is no longer accepting 3,000. There are some schools that are asking for 10,000 pounds as deposit before you can be issued CAS. Now, University of West London actually expects that you should pay 10,000 pounds. Now, their school fees is about 15,000 something. So they're expecting you to pay about 2/3 before you even leave your country. So please and please check the payment plan. Check the modules before applying, so that when you get the offer, you don't see what you don't like and then you have to start from square one. It is crunch time. You cannot afford to apply to a place, and when you think you have an offer, you just see that the payment plan is not favorable. So please check the payment plan before applying. Now, for University of Wolverhampton, they've increased their tuition fee from 3,000 to 8,000 for Nigerians. Then if you are from South Asian countries, you're supposed to pay 50% of the tuition fee as deposit. Then there's other citizens of the other countries are supposed to pay 4,000. So please and please know what you are applying for. The next thing that international students should know is if you are using an agent, please monitor your agent. Also know some of the things that the agent is going to do, so that you don't end up in a mess. A lot of people are getting visa bans and getting all sort of suspension and the fines and everything because their agent is doing the wrong thing, and the client or the applicant is not even interested. Most of the people watching me here are going for a postgraduate course, so it means you have a bachelor degree or HND. You are not a secondary school student. You should be able to do some of this research yourself. Watching some of my videos will help you know some things. So when the agent is doing something, you'll be like, wait, this is not the way it is. Don't do this to give me a ban. Always monitor your agent. Don't be a pest, but at least let them follow up on what they are doing. If they are going to fill a form, tell them when they finish filling the form, let you see, so that you will know, okay, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is right, this is right. To be forewarned is to be forearmed. The third thing is that apparently some universities are trying to be shady, or I don't even know what I would, trying to be smart or something, because I watched a video where the YouTuber said that some schools are now restricting cars that is attached to dependent, and first of all, I don't even understand what that means. What I knew and what I know is that CAS is for the student. When you're applying for the visa, the student is the one that would put the CAS, and then the visa application number is what the dependent is linked to. Apparently, she said, and I've also seen a mail from a school. I'm going to put it up for you to see, so you can pause and read what is stated there. The school said, after the person has been given CAS, that the CAS is not meant for those with dependent, that they are rationing it. And I'm like, what policy is that? Except UKVI has changed the way CAS is, and they are now having like a new type of CAS that they'll put restricted, no dependent or something. What we knew before, or what I knew before, is that CAS is for the student, not the dependent, which is why there's no restriction, or there was no restriction with the amount of dependent that a main applicant can bring, as long as the person is a postgraduate student. Now, unless the Home Office has started doing some things underground to change the CAS structure, and then they will have CAS that you can attach a dependent or single CAS. I don't know, because there's no policy, there's nothing that's been stated on that. I don't know where the university is coming up with that. Maybe they are trying to restrict the amount of dependents that are attached to their students. Maybe Home Office is looking into some things and they are checking, oh, these students in this university are most likely to bring dependents or something. I really don't know, because there's no official stuff, but that is something that we are seeing in the UK educational scene. But I don't understand what's going on, and I think I need more information from Home Office. But I just decided to let you guys know what's up. But it's only one school that thing has been linked to for now, so the rest are not saying anything about that. But hopefully that is an error on their part, and we'll see what goes. Now, the next thing that international students should know is that from some reports, they are considering restricting the students that can bring dependents. That is the postgraduate students that can bring dependents. Now, before, there was some talk about if you are doing PhD or courses that are more than 1 year, maybe you'll be allowed to bring dependents. They have not yet concluded anything. Another suggestion that the UK government has put across is that students that study some certain courses, even if it is not 2 years or PhD, would be allowed to bring dependents. Now, if you've been watching my video, you will know the courses, and they are STEM courses. It is not going to be surprising if you have been watching my video, because you know that according to the UK government, they need a lot of people that are in STEM. So the STEM courses or the STEM professions have a shortage of professionals. So that is what they would most likely be interested in. And the STEM courses are science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Science also includes health. So anybody doing public health or biomedical science, pharmacology, cancer biology, and the rest is a part of the science courses. So I'm not surprised they will make that kind of suggestion, because I already know they are looking for people in those fields. So anything to favor them getting those professionals, they would do. Now, if you are not part of the STEM courses, keep your fingers crossed that they don't implement sort of something like that. But looking at how they are more interested in professionals from those fields, I don't see them not agreeing to that. So what you can do if you're not part of those courses, or if you are not best fit for those courses, you can check, like I said in one of my other videos, do hybrid courses. Like for instance, a business course. If you're going to do a business course, you do courses that have a bit of analytics, because you're going to use you're kind of going to use tech softwares, if you get my drift, for those kind of courses. So you might be able to maneuver, because analytics, data analytics, business analytics is now hot cake in the UK. So you might be able to get away with, oh, this is still linked to sort of science or tech, so you might be able to get away with it if they implement it. But don't, I've already said in my previous video, try and be on top of things, be watching my videos so that you know what to do, when to shift, when to stay. But this is what they are suggesting. It is not yet a policy, but we'll see what happens. But I've not heard anything about it being a concrete policy or accepted by the Department of Education. It's just a suggestion. The fifth thing is, schools are now very strict with attendance. So, if you watch my videos earlier, my earlier videos on this channel, you will know that I used to say that in my class, during my time, we just said that we should have a minimum of 75% attendance. Now some schools are doing 90, 95. There are creative ways that they are using to check attendance. Mine was just very simple. Like I said, I don't know if I've said it on this channel, but my classes have never been big since my undergrad, because it's a health course. So we are small, everybody knows everybody, and the way attendance is done was not that strict. It was just pass in front of the course secretary and sign. We didn't have to clock in, do all those things. Everybody knows everybody, and if one person is missing, we know one person is missing, and the rest. But now there's so much creative ways that universities are using to check attendance. There's the login code, in which the teacher will give the student a login code. If you've not logged in by 1 hour into the lecture, it is assumed that you're missing. So it's assumed that you missed the class. Before, I knew some schools used to give ID card. We all have ID card that you can use to access buildings, but it was also used to clock in. But they found that in some schools that some students will give other students their card to log in, and then it will be like they are in the class, but they are not in the class. So some schools changed that. Some schools are doing physical roll call. That means they are calling people's name and you answer present before the class starts.
PUF, UK school equals Unilag Pro Max.
na Nigerians here, I swear. In fact, if we do 100, 90% na Yoruba.
Another scenario that someone said in the group was that when the teacher noticed that people got the login code, stayed for a while and left just before the end of the class, the teacher did a physical roll call at the end of the class. Anybody that was not there at the end of the class was assumed to be absent, even if they logged in at the beginning of the class. And I'm like, it is getting tough, because they know a lot of students are coming into the UK to try and do some funny things. So now they are now monitoring students, like, you know how it is. So the 75% thing that I used to talk about, scrap it. It's not like 90 to 95% attendance. So if your main purpose is not to go to school, try and avoid UK schools. The next thing that international students should know is linked to the previous one, and that is, if you're not ready to study in the UK, please avoid the UK for now. Because if your main purpose when choosing a school is, oh, is there a student job, except maybe you have a dependent that you are more concerned about getting a job. But if it's for you, student job and everything, please avoid using that as a criteria to choose schools, because you might end up in a place where there are jobs and you cannot even go to do the jobs, because some schools now are having classes almost every day. One of the person in the group was complaining that they are having classes 4 days in a week, and everybody must attend, because, like I said, they have creative ways of checking attendance now. And the person was complaining, like, this is one of the reasons why I say, please don't always look at their student jobs available in that area. You can always go to other places if the jobs are not in that area, because you might end up in a school that you won't even have breathing space for the first semester. Most of the time, the intensity is in the first semester, which is another thing why I say people should have at least 6 months maintenance and the rest, and also your second installment payment, so that you are not stressed up if you cannot do the 20 hours that you wanted to do. So that is what's going on right now. And there are some schools that you might only go to school for like 2 days. That's physical classes for like 2 days and 1 day. Some people in the group also mentioned that, okay, they are doing 2 days for now. Another person said 1 day. So if you're more concerned about working, please check the course page and check the duration for classes and the rest. Some schools will tell you, oh, you're going to be doing like 3 days in a week or 1 day. Like for University of Hull, Masters in Social Research, they put it on their website that they do classes once a week. But I've gotten some information that I think they've increased it to twice a week. So you can just check. If your school doesn't put any information about classes, you can always look around, check in the school groups and ask, is there anybody that is presently schooling in this place and doing this course? How many days a week are they doing classes and the rest, so that you know whether to shift or to stay if you are largely concerned about working the 20 hours. The last thing that international students should know before considering UK universities, especially for postgraduate education, is that, and I've been saying it, do a course that you are best fit for in terms of educational background or professional experience. Because if you do a course that you have previous knowledge or existing knowledge or current knowledge, anyhow, knowledge in the course, you are less likely to struggle. And this is me saying it as it is. One of the students in the group, one of my group members, was like, she's seeing people struggle because they chose courses that they have no knowledge whatsoever. Now, for universities, sometimes you can always transition to another course. And even if you don't have so much of the knowledge or experience, if you're able to show that you have transferable skills, like if they notice that in your previous course you did things that are like quantitative, they might give you a course that is quantitative too, because they feel like, okay, you'll be able to cope, you'll be able to catch up. But it's always good to have like previous knowledge, prior knowledge of what you are doing. If you go to a course that you just enter, especially if you're from Nigeria, and the teaching system, the learning system is different. If you don't have basics, if you don't have the basics, if you don't have previous knowledge, you will struggle. I know me, even with my whole thing that I do and everything that I am, I was still confused at a point. I was like, hey, what did I sign up for? I did not know some things, but fortunately for me, I have the transferable skill of like for instance the statistics that we were doing. I do not even know anything about statistics, but I've loved maths before. I have quick and good comprehension skills, thank you Jesus, and so I was able to cope. But I was still doubting myself, which is why I did not do the advanced statistics models, because I felt, oh, I don't know what I'm doing in basic statistics, I should go and do advanced. But later on, thanks to my skills and gift, I would say, I was able to, in fact, faster than most people, I was able to grab what I was doing in statistics, and I eventually got an A. That even this course secretary was like, why didn't you do the advanced statistics course? That some of the people that even did the basic and are doing the advanced, they didn't even score as high as I did, that I would have done well in it. But because I was doubting myself, and then I didn't prepare. If I had prepared and know that, oh, I can do this, I would have done advanced skills and the rest. The point I'm trying to make is that if you don't have such skills like mine, try and do things that you already know or have beginners or middle level knowledge, so that you don't go cry when you enter class. Because when they jam you with assignments, hey. So try and do courses that you already have previous knowledge on. And even if you have previous knowledge about the course, when you've started with a course, when you've started with a school, try to do some online courses to prepare yourself before entering or before starting the course, so that when you get to school, you kind of understand what is going on. Look at the models on your course page, you look at the models on your course page, and try and look for online courses that would give you some of the skills and knowledge, so that you're better prepared for the course when you get there. So that's all for today's video. I hope you guys find this video very helpful. So if you found this video very useful, please give it a thumbs up. If you are not yet subscribed, please consider subscribing by clicking on the red button that says subscribe, and don't forget to click on the bell notification icon by the side so that you're notified anytime I upload videos. Now, with all that said, thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.